Hi, welcome to my channel, Judy's Losing It. My name's Judy, and I wanted to talk about the subject of body positivity. I know it's kind of an odd statement, particularly coming from the weight loss community the way I am. I'm 3 months out, or a little over 3 months out from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which was July 2nd, 2019. But I just kind of feel a little passionate about the subject, and I felt like I had something to say. I'm 61 years old, and when I was growing up as a teenager, I was growing up in probably one of the worst places for self-esteem possible, which was Southern California. It was beach culture, and everyone was expected to have a beach body. Looking back, at, 180 pounds, I was fine. I really was. Yes, I was overweight, but I wasn't unhealthy. I was, strong. I walked to high school every day, each way, so I got, 2 to 3 miles of walking in a day between that and school. And, I was fine, but I never felt fine. I had a cousin who was a Farrah Fawcett lookalike, and so in the family I always had this beautiful young woman who was 3 years older than I was, who just epitomized what a Southern California girl was supposed to look like. And it sure as heck wasn't me. Clothes were an issue. There wasn't the clothes available. In elementary school, most of my clothes were made by my grandmothers. My one grandmother made me clothing through high school. Not everything, but some tops or some dresses and that kind of thing. And my aunt also made me some pieces of clothes. So it was hard being overweight as a kid. I never looked like the other kids in so many ways, both because of my size and also because of the clothes I wore. I wore a lot of dresses. It was hard to get jeans. Yes, there was Lane Bryant, but it was mainly old lady clothes. So it was a struggle for me to feel represented, I guess, in my own body, that my clothes represented who I was inside. I just didn't fit in a lot of the tie-dyed 70s clothing, and yeah, it was hard. It was really hard. And we switched to today, and it's not. Being a plus-size person today, at least within a certain range, is awesome for clothing. I mean, between Torrid, Lane Bryant, City Chic, all these companies that are based on helping women of size look and feel their best, is awesome. I mean, you can even now subscribe to Trunk Club from Nordstrom's. I mean, can you imagine getting clothes from Nordstrom's? When I was a kid, there'd be no way in heck. So for me, I have taken great pride in when I do choose some clothing to pick kind of sassy pieces. I didn't pick this shirt, but it's one that I love. My stylist at Dia & Co. Got me this really hip, never a word that would have been described with my name, but she gave me this great hip outfit that came with this marled sweater and skin tight jeans and a necklace, and yeah, it just all really, really worked. And it really bums me out now that I'm getting too small to wear them. They just look oversized on me now. But back to body positivity. The other day, it was probably a couple of months ago, I was hanging out on a bench in my hometown in a shopping area called Fairhaven. And I was waiting for a friend, so I just was sitting on a bench watching people walk by. And across the street, it made my heart sing. There was this beautiful young plus-size woman. She was dressed in skin-tight jeans. She had on platform heels that were perfectly comfortable for her feet, but looked awesome because they gave her a heel. She had she'd thrown a sweater on, and it was over one shoulder. Her hair, her makeup, her earrings, her jewelry, she looked awesome and put together. And I thought to myself, I should go over there and congratulate her. I mean, she just looked beautiful. And what I wouldn't have given to have had the opportunity to have such cool clothes at her age. And I watch a lot of channels talking about plus size women in fashion. Since 2017, I really didn't know for sure if I was going to have weight loss surgery. And so therefore I delved into Dia & Co. I was a 4X, so I wasn't going to fit into Stitch Fix. And I really enjoyed the service. They got me some amazing pieces of clothing. Not all of it was, but most of it was. The one that came from the stylist who really kind of got me, who was wanting to push me. And I appreciated that. And with my background, I'm not a stylish person. I don't put things together or think about it in that way. And so it was a lot of fun working with somebody who could help me evolve as a person with clothing. And so I was prepared for a body positive future as a plus size woman, and what that was going to mean for me. So I was watching Laura Burns and The Plus Side of Me, and I don't know if I've gotten her name right or not, Glitter and Lasers. Anyways, these women, they made me feel better about myself because I was seeing them in a size similar to myself and what they looked like in clothing that was modern and stylish and beautiful. And they looked beautiful. So I was lucky enough to be able to find the funds to get my surgery. And so I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm going to be able to live life as a smaller person. My frame is not my mother's frame. I have a much smaller, I'm probably more medium-sized. I'm not a large-boned person. So, the last few years carrying around a lot of weight has caused some real damage to my body. And hopefully with losing weight, getting down that 150 pounds that I need to get down, hopefully that will make it easier and more enjoyable for me to live my life. But the idea of body positivity keeps resonating in my mind. I'm happy. I'm thrilled that finally there is a supermodel called Ashley Graham who is beautiful. And yes, she may have a little roll of fat peeking out here or there, but she is ultimately a beautiful goddess of a woman. I'm happy that there's a Tess Holiday out there on the super plus size modeling side who can shock people and force us to reevaluate what is beautiful. It bothered me greatly when Ashley Graham got on the cover of Sports Illustrated a few years ago, and the famous supermodel of her time, Cheryl Tiggs, came out saying that she thought it was disgraceful that Ashley Graham was promoting an unhealthy lifestyle, and it just wasn't acceptable. And I have to say, bullshit on that. When we look at what we consider normal size women, which are not normal in our world of today, of 2019, Ashley Graham is far closer to the average woman, but even she is probably smaller than the average American woman. And the idea that just because of your weight or your size, you're less than. It bothers me. It still bothers me. It's always going to bother me. Cheryl Tigg, what did she do to keep that super thin body of hers? What was Twiggy doing? We know what Princess Diana was. She was bulimic, at least during part of her life as princess. We don't look at her with disgust. We look at her with compassion. She had an eating disorder. Our diet society, our diet-based society, I spent my 50s. I was adding it up in my head the other night, thinking on this topic. In my 50s, I lost and gained over 400 pounds. I started my 50s at, I think it was around 335 to 350. I went on 3 major diets, losing and gaining that 400, that by the time I ended my 50s, I weighed 385 pounds. This happens to women. This is the reality of dieting. Weight loss surgery works. Yes, in part because it forces us to eat less, but it also resets our metabolism and gets us and tells our body that we need to be a smaller size than what we are. And so our body actually works with us to shed that weight. It is not long term, and we all have a window of taking advantage of this new opportunity to reset our weight. So back to body positivity. Not everyone, as I know, I got refused weight loss surgery through my insurance company. I mean, the first time I actually asked my insurance agent if I would be covered for weight loss surgery, and that was in my 40s. That was probably, I don't know, 15 years ago, something like that. He looked at me like I was crazy. Why would I ever expect health insurance to help pay for weight loss surgery? Of course not. Of course not. We would never cover that. So I was lucky enough that my state, our system in America changed under Obamacare, and things like weight loss surgery became available to people through their insurance. But yet, it doesn't mean you get it, as I know. And as a self-payer, I was lucky. I mean, I'm totally lucky. 6,500 is still a lot of money, particularly for someone who is just not making that much right now. You know, it would take me forever to have saved it. So weight loss surgery isn't available for everybody. And I think it is foolish to think that it is. And this is where I get passionate, because I've watched somebody like Candy Fox. I mean, these are all YouTubers. Sorry. But she is a very super plus size woman who is very open about the fact that her metabolism is shot from dieting. And so she just tries to be as healthy as she can at her weight. So it's not like everyone has the opportunity to change their life. When we're lucky enough to get to change it, I think we still need to have compassion. And not just compassion, but to understand that while our bodies change, we're all the same. We all have our issues. I mean, as an older woman, having barely afforded my weight loss surgery, I know I'm never going to get plastics. I know that I'm going to desperately need plastics. I mean, my arms to begin with are huge, you know, and this is me at, you know, 291. I mean, by the time I get down in 9 months in a year, it's going to be hard to live with, let me put it that way. But I will. It's a joy. It will be a joy for me to be less. And it will be a welcome responsibility to take care of the loose skin that I will have. You know, I may have to do a few things to keep everything from jiggling around, but that's something I look forward to. But I know that my ultimate goal is not to look perfect. I remember one of my first diets was in my 40s. My brother had gotten diabetes and we both lost a lot of weight. He's managed to keep his off. I've been yo-yoing ever since. But, you know, the one thing was, you know, you're so excited, you know, you've lost 50, 80 pounds, and then you look in the mirror, saggy boobs, saggy belly, saggy butt, saggy arms. Oh well. Oh well. But that's when I'm going to need it more than ever, is body positivity. I just truly believe that no matter what size we are, no matter what we're doing for ourselves in order to become healthier, that we all need to have love and compassion for ourselves and the body we're in. It walks, it lifts things, it takes us where we need to go. And so when I think of body positivity, I think that everyone needs it. And I think that we need to take our judgment of others out of the lexicon. I think we just need to have love and compassion for ourselves and for every other sister and brother who have been where we have been, or who have never had to struggle, but have had different struggles other than weight and food addictions. And I truly believe I will always be a part of the body positive movement. And I understand that for body positives, there are things that they just don't like about those of us in the weight loss community. I mean, we all take great pride in showing, I mean, heck, I just added it to my homepage here on YouTube. My 385 photo and my, 293 photo. It's like, yeah, it's shocking the difference. we need to be shocked. There's no doubt about it. We need to be shocked, and we need to remember where we've come from. So our needs are different from those who haven't been on this particular journey, haven't started this journey, or are going to take this particular path. But to think of it as them and us, I think just diminishes us, because it's all we. And just like I love the fact that my 385 photo is me having a good time smiling. I want my life, and I want your life, I want all of our lives to be filled with joy and happiness and positivity, both about our bodies and our lives and the people around us. I want us all to focus on that and to find commonality. Granted, I am just at the beginning of this weight loss journey, and I realize that people change. The amount of change I see in people is huge, but I'm 61 years old. I am happy that I'm able to walk into my water aerobics every day and my knees not hurt, and I feel more confident. I'm talking to people, I'm trying to make friends, get names of the women that I am doing the aerobics with. It's like, it's important for me, not just physically, but also to spread who I am to more people. And I hope that as weight loss surgery people, that we can remember where we started and not just have compassion, but also be proud of where we started. The person there is the one who pushed us into doing the thing that has made our lives better. I really don't know of anyone who after weight loss surgery doesn't have gratitude for that particular event in their life. So anyways, I'm sure this is a conversation I will have again. But I wanted to talk about it because I feel that this delineation, just because someone is large, super large, like Tess Holiday, and I just looked her up on the internet, and she was saying, it was a little article about her posing nude because she wanted to show everyone that she could love her body and that we can love our bodies too. And so whether we are 400 pounds, 500 pounds, 120 pounds, I think we all struggle with body love. So let's all have body positivity and body love, and have the compassion to not judge someone because of their size, and just put out that positivity. So anyways, let me know what you think. I feel kind of strongly about it right now, but I would be interested in hearing your thoughts as well. I love comments. I love, I love the fact that at least one person out there is watching my videos. That makes me feel good. So take care, and I will be back soon, I'm sure. Bye-bye.